Hi, my name's Liam Fitzgerald. I'm PwC's Canadian mining leader. I'm here with Jamie Porter today to talk about the AuRico Alamos merger transaction that happened in 2015. So, welcome, Jamie. First of all, can you just tell us what the strategic rationale was for the Alamos and AuRico transaction?
Certainly, I think the transaction was, the rationale for it was really straightforward. It's we were looking to build a bigger, but not only a bigger, also a better company. And by putting together these two companies, I think we've achieved that. Alamos, its strengths were AuRico's weaknesses and vice versa. So Alamos brought to the table a strong balance sheet and an extensive development pipeline, and AuRico had the flagship Young-Davidson asset and a balance sheet that benefited from Alamos's cash ultimately. So what we've done is created a larger, diversified gold producer that has the ability to withstand the current gold price environment and certainly thrive relative to its peers, given it's leaner than either company was before.
So when you were putting together the transaction, what were some of the key issues you had to deal with, like tax or accounting, etc.?
Sure. In structuring the transaction was a bit unique in that it was a zero premium merger, which you don't see a lot of in our industry. We wanted that structure equal right down the middle. So, a balanced board. We had 5 representatives from the AuRico side, 5 from the Alamos side, and a relatively balanced management team as well. In structuring the transaction, AuRico had almost $1 billion in tax pools that we wanted to preserve, and that was achieved by having AuRico be the acquirer for legal purposes. There were also issues in terms of who the accounting acquirer was, and that came down to a very technical analysis of who controlled the board by virtue of a casting vote, and AuRico's financial statements ended up being the basis for the go-forward company statements.
So when you're looking at integrating the two companies together, what are some of the key learnings that you've taken and how are you going to integrate it in the next few months?
Yeah, I think in my career I've dealt with a number of similar type projects, IFRS conversions, SAP, ERP implementations, and integrations where we've had other people in the industry or consultants tell us all kinds of horror stories about how these things can go. In our case, we took a very simple approach. We planned. You can't start planning early enough. We imposed a structure where we had a steering committee and work stream leads that were responsible for each significant business process, and we ensured that those people were held accountable. So we had a very detailed plan leading up to our day one closing. On day one, we communicated, we focused on our employees, went and visited all the sites, talked to our employees, gave them gift bags with new Alamos branded logos on them, and that worked out extremely well for us. So the second phase of the integration was the integration of all the financial systems, transitioning AuRico's corporate head offices into Alamos's, and that required a lot of hiring on our part to get the right resources to make sure that we could execute on the plan. I think it's all about planning, making sure you've got the right people, the right advisors, and that people are being held accountable for what they're supposed to do.
Thanks, Jamie, for the excellent summary of the AuRico Alamos transaction.